Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Best English Podcast. Oh, it is truly so good to have you here with me today. I'm Sophia, your host, and if you're just discovering us for the first time, a really big, warm welcome is headed your way. We're here, truly, every single day, bringing you fresh English learning tips to help you not just learn words, but to help you sound more natural, more authentically you, and truly confident in every conversation. You know, last time in episode 10, we had such a deep dive into boosting your English motivation and inspiration, and I really hope that episode helped you light that fire within your learning journey. Today, we're building on that incredible momentum, and we're going to explore something equally useful and incredibly practical. You know, one of the biggest leaps in learning English isn't just about grammar rules or painstakingly memorizing endless lists of words. It's about discovering and mastering those everyday phrases, those little verbal shortcuts that native speakers use almost without even thinking. They're short, they're simple, incredibly practical, and they just make your English flow beautifully. And guess what? Today, we're diving deep, really deep, into 50 of the most common English phrases that you can start using right now, like as soon as this episode ends, in your daily conversations. These aren't those stiff, old-fashioned textbook lines that nobody actually uses. No, these are the real deal. These are the phrases that'll truly help you navigate a casual chat with a friend, gracefully ask for a little bit of help when you need it, confidently order your favorite food at a restaurant, or just have a comfortable, easygoing conversation about anything and everything. And here's the absolute best part. Once you've got them down, once they feel natural on your tongue, your spoken English will instantly sound more natural, more fluent, and truly, unequivocally you. It's like finding your authentic voice in English. We're going to walk through tons of real-life conversational examples together, so you can hear exactly how these phrases are used naturally, and then immediately feel confident applying them to your own life, to your own interactions. By the very end of this episode, my hope is that you'll not only understand these common expressions, but you'll feel completely ready to use them in your next English chat. With newfound confidence and ease, it's going to be transformative, I promise. So, before we jump into all the wonderful phrases, if you haven't already, please take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell icon next to it. That way, you'll never, ever miss out on our daily English lessons and all our helpful tips that are designed to really push your English forward. Ready? Grab your favorite pen and a fresh notebook if you like to jot things down, and let's get started. Let's build that natural English confidence together. All right, my friends, let's kick things off with one of the most fundamental aspects of communication. Those friendly ways we greet each other. You know, a simple hi is perfectly fine. It always works. But wouldn't it be great to have a few more casual, warm ways to start a chat? Absolutely. So try mixing it up with phrases like, "Hey, how's it going?" or "What's up?" They're super casual, super warm, and they tell the other person you're open to a friendly chat. Imagine this scenario. You're at the grocery store, pushing your cart, and you spot a friend in the next aisle. Instead of just a quick, slightly stiff hello, you can walk up and say, "Hey, how's it going?" They might pause, look up with a smile, and reply, "Not bad, just picking up a few things. You?" See? It sounds so much more natural, so much more inviting, doesn't it? It just opens the door for a real conversation. Then there's that absolutely wonderful phrase, for when you haven't seen someone in what feels like ages. Long time no see. It's like a little mini reunion packed into just 3 words. It instantly signals familiarity and warmth. You can use it when you unexpectedly run into someone you know. You could say, "Hey, long time no see. How have you been?" Now, I want you to try this out loud right now. Imagine you just bumped into an old classmate from school, someone you haven't seen in years. You call out, "Hey, long time no see," and they respond, "Oh my goodness, yeah, it's been a while. I've been super busy with work, actually." It just adds that extra touch of genuine connection and nostalgia. Once you've done the initial greeting, you'll naturally want to ask how someone's doing. While "how are you" is absolutely basic and universally understood. Let's add a little more flavor to your everyday English. Try these more relaxed and friendly alternatives. "How are things?" Or "how's everything?" These are so common in casual conversation. You might ask a colleague, "How's everything going at work lately?" Or a family member, "How are things with your family? Has everyone been well?" Practicing these questions with different topics in your mind really helps you get comfortable using them naturally. For instance, think of a friend who recently started a new, challenging job. Ask them out loud, "How's everything going with your new job?" You can almost hear their imaginary reply, "It's going well. Thanks for asking. A lot to learn, but I'm enjoying it." All right, moving right along. To those moments when you want to show you genuinely agree with someone, instead of always saying yes, which again is fine, but can feel a bit too direct or simplistic. Try these wonderful phrases that make you sound totally engaged and in sync with the other person. "Exactly," or "that's so true." These are fantastic. For instance, if someone says, "Learning English truly takes a lot of time and dedication," you can jump in with enthusiasm. "Exactly. It's definitely a step-by-step process, isn't it?" Or if a friend complains, "Ugh, it's been really hot lately. I can barely breathe." You'd naturally empathize and say, "That's so true. I've been using the fan nonstop myself." Practice this feeling of easy agreement. Think of a simple, relatable opinion like, "Weekends always feel too short." Now, respond out loud, really feeling it. "Totally. They just fly by, don't they?" And what about those exciting moments when you're genuinely surprised, or super interested, or just completely blown away by something? English speakers absolutely love to use dramatic, but still natural phrases like "no way" or "you're kidding." If your friend suddenly announces with a huge grin, "Guess what? I won the lottery," your immediate excited response could be, "No way. That's absolutely amazing. Tell me everything." These phrases really show you're listening, you're engaged, and you're sharing in their emotion. Imagine another jaw-dropping situation. You won't believe it. "I met my favorite celebrity at the cafe this morning." You'd probably say, "You're kidding. Who was it? No way." Using these natural reactions makes your conversations lively, authentic, and memorable. Now, let's talk about asking for favors. Because sometimes we all need a little help, right? Instead of a blunt, slightly demanding, "Help me," which can feel a bit abrupt, we have these wonderful, polite, and friendly phrases. Try, "Can you do me a favor?" Or "Would you mind helping me out?" See how much softer, How much more respectful that sounds. It's perfect. You might gently say to a colleague, "Can you do me a favor and quickly check this email for me before I send it?" Or to a friend, "Would you mind giving me a ride to the station later? My car broke down." Let's practice one together. Really feel it. Imagine you need help moving a heavy box. Say out loud with a friendly tone, "Would you mind helping me carry this?" Now, in your head, hear the reply, "Sure, I'd be happy to." It just works. And on the flip side, when you're the one offering help, that's just as important for building connections. Show you're willing to support someone with phrases like, "Do you need a hand?" or "Let me know if you need anything." These are so genuinely helpful. If you see your friend cleaning up after a big party, you can offer, "Do you need a hand with the dishes?" or anything else. Or if someone just looks a bit stressed or overwhelmed, a kind, empathetic, "Hey, let me know if you need anything at all," goes such a long way. Practice by imagining a friend struggling to carry a pile of books. You'd instinctively say, "Do you need a hand with those?" It's all about being a good friend in English. All right, let's shift gears a little and talk about making plans. A super common and wonderfully casual phrase for agreeing to a plan is, "I'm down for that." It literally just means, "I agree with that plan," or "I'm in." It's laid back and very natural. So, if your friend suggests, "Let's go to the beach tomorrow. The weather looks amazing," you can enthusiastically say, "I'm down for that. Sounds like fun." Another easy one, even simpler, is "sounds good." So, if someone says, "Hey, let's meet at the cafe at 5 p.m., you can just reply, "Sounds good." These simple phrases are absolutely perfect for confirming plans in daily life, whether it's a big trip or a small coffee. Practice with this. "Want to grab coffee later today, maybe around 3? You respond, "Sounds good. I'll text you when I'm free and on my way." Now, let's talk about those important phrases for ending conversations politely and warmly. Because nobody wants to just say an abrupt "goodbye," right? It can feel a bit cold. Instead, we often use more gentle, forward-looking phrases like, "I'll catch you later," or "talk to you soon." They make the conversation feel like it's just pausing, not completely stopping, hinting at future interactions. After a nice chat, you can say, "It was truly great talking to you. I'll catch you later." Now, I want you to try this out loud. Think of the last person you spoke to on the phone. Imagine ending the call with, "Talk to you soon. Take care." It leaves a much warmer impression. And sometimes when we're deep in conversation, we just want to check if the other person is really following along, or maybe we're a little unsure about what we just said ourselves. That's when little tags like, "You know what I mean?" or "right?" come in incredibly handy at the end of a sentence. They're like little verbal nudges. You might say, "It's been really hard to stay focused on work these days. With so many distractions. You know what I mean?" Or, "That new movie we watched was really slow and boring, right?" These little tags are fantastic for keeping the listener involved and making your speech feel more conversational. Practice by adding them to your own thoughts. Take the sentence, "This hot weather makes me feel so sleepy and unproductive." Now, really add, "You know what I mean," and say it out loud, as if asking for agreement. Let's quickly try out some of these phrases in a real mini conversation. This helps you build that natural flow. Imagine you're meeting an old friend you haven't seen in a very long time. You greet them, "Hey, long time no see. How's everything going?" They reply, "Pretty good. Just been working a lot. Keeping busy." You nod, totally understanding. "Yeah, same here, honestly. Work's been nonstop. totally exhausting. You know what I mean. Your friend laughs in agreement. Exactly. We all desperately need a break, don't we? You both smile, feeling that connection, and you say, "Let's definitely catch up again soon." Properly. Then they respond, "Sounds good. Talk to you later." See how smoothly that flowed? It feels natural, doesn't it? Now, let's talk about naturally expressing your emotions and opinions. When you hear good news, don't just say good. Try being more expressive. Use phrases like, "I'm so glad to hear that," or "That's awesome." If a friend tells you they finally got that dream new job, you can genuinely, enthusiastically say, "Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for you." That's absolutely awesome news. It makes your response so much more engaging and heartfelt. Practice this. Someone says, "I passed the incredibly difficult exam." You reply, really feeling it, "That's great. I knew you could do it. Congratulations." On the flip side, for bad news, we use expressions of empathy like, "That's too bad," or "I'm sorry to hear that." If a friend sadly tells you, "My dog is sick and we're really worried," a natural, kind response is, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I truly hope it gets better soon." Or if they reveal, "I didn't get the job I wanted after all the interviews," you could offer, "Oh, that's really unfortunate. I'm so sorry. But hey, keep trying. Something even better will definitely come along for you." Practicing both positive and empathetic responses prepares you for any real-life conversation. And when you want to show deep understanding or sympathy, try these powerful short phrases. "I get it," or "I know what you mean." They build a bridge between you and the speaker. If your friend says, "I've been feeling really stressed lately, juggling everything," a great empathetic response is, "Yeah, I totally get it. Life has been pretty hectic for me too, to be honest." These little responses are incredibly powerful because they instantly show empathy and connection. Practice this. "I seriously can't focus when it's so noisy around me." You reply, "I know what you mean." It's truly hard to concentrate with all the distractions, isn't it? What if you don't understand something or someone speaks too fast? Please, please don't just stay silent or nod awkwardly. It's perfectly okay. In fact, it's encouraged to ask for clarification. Use polite phrases like, "Could you say that again?" Or "What do you mean by that?" If someone is speaking incredibly fast, "Sorry, you're speaking a bit fast for me. Could you repeat that slowly?" Or if they use a difficult or unfamiliar word, "I'm not sure I quite get that. Can you explain it differently? Maybe in simpler terms." These phrases help you stay actively engaged and dramatically improve your understanding without feeling embarrassed. Practice saying, "Sorry, could you say that again?" And then imagine hearing the information much more clearly the second time. In casual conversations, we often use clever little filler phrases. These aren't just empty words. They give us a moment to think, to organize our thoughts, or simply to sound more natural and less like a robot reading a script. Try "Let me think," or, "Well, you know." For example, if someone asks, "What's your absolute favorite movie of all time?" You might say, "Let me think." Probably something funny, like a classic comedy, I guess. Or if you're truly unsure, "I'm not really sure right now, but I'll definitely check and let you know later." Practicing these fillers makes your English sound so much more relaxed, fluid, and natural. Try saying, "Well, I guess I'd say yes," or "Let me see. That might just work for me." When making suggestions, we use friendly and common ways to offer ideas, rather than sounding demanding. Try phrases like, how about? Or why don't we? For instance, if you and a friend are trying to decide what to do this evening, you could say, how about we go for a walk in the park? It's such a lovely day. Or, why don't we try that new cafe everyone's been raving about? These expressions are much softer and more polite than direct commands. Let's practice with this example. You want to watch a movie tonight. Say, how about watching something funny tonight? I really need a laugh. And then imagine a friend's reply that sounds perfect. Oh, that sounds perfect. I'm in. Changing the topic smoothly is also a really important conversational skill. You don't want to abruptly switch without a transition, right? Use phrases like by the way, or speaking of that. For example, you might be talking about what you had for lunch, and then naturally transition. By the way, how's your brother doing? I haven't seen him in a while. Or, speaking of movies, have you seen the latest one with that famous actor everyone's talking about? These little phrases are like conversational bridges. They help you shift topics without sounding awkward or rude. Try practicing. Imagine you're talking about your new hobby and then say, by the way, how's your brother doing? Now let's explore polite ways of disagreeing in English, because it's so important to disagree respectfully without making the other person feel wrong. Instead of a blunt, you're wrong, which can be quite offensive, try phrases like, I see your point, but, or I'm not so sure I agree with that. For example, if someone strongly asserts, online learning is always, always better than in-person classes, you could politely respond, I get where you're coming from, but I think it really depends on the person and their learning style. Practicing polite disagreement helps you sound respectful, even when you have a different view. Try this. I see your point, but I'd look at it a little differently, to be honest. When something truly unexpected happens, or you hear surprising news, people often express their amazement with phrases like, that's crazy, "Twa," or I can't believe it. These expressions genuinely show surprise or amazement. If someone tells you a wild, unbelievable story, you can respond with, no way. That's absolutely insane. For example, imagine hearing, I saw a huge bear near the lake this morning, just walking by. And your natural, surprised response would be, you're kidding. That's crazy. Were you scared? Try practicing your reactions to amazing stories. It will help you sound much more engaged and natural. Imagine someone tells you, I traveled to 5 different countries last year. You reply, wow, that's amazing. I wish I could do that too. Sometimes you want to give reassurance to someone who is worried or feels bad about something. Common comforting phrases include, don't worry about it, or it's not a big deal. These are used when someone makes a small mistake or feels embarrassed. For instance, if someone accidentally spills a little coffee and apologizes profusely, you'd calmly say, oh, don't worry about it. Honestly, it happens to everyone. These phrases help calm the situation and put the other person at ease. Practice this by imagining someone says, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to call you back yesterday. You reply, no problem at all. I know you're super busy. Don't worry about it. All right, my wonderful listeners. Let's take a moment to combine some of the phrases we've covered so far in a slightly longer, more dynamic practice conversation. This is where you can truly feel the flow. Imagine this scene. You're at work, grabbing a coffee. A colleague walks by and says, hey, how's your day going? You respond with a slight sigh. Not bad, actually. A little busy, a lot on my plate. But I'm managing, you know? Your colleague nods in understanding. Yeah, I totally get it. It's been nonstop lately for me too. By the way, did you manage to finish that big report for the client? Your colleague replies, Almost, thank goodness. I'll send it by the end of the day, for sure. You smile, relieved. Perfect. No rush at all. See how those little phrases link together? Now here's another scene. You're meeting a friend for coffee, a casual catch-up. You say, Hi, long time no see. What's new with you? Your friend excitedly replies, Oh my gosh, I just got a new job. I start next month. You respond with genuine excitement. That's awesome. I'm so incredibly happy for you. Tell me everything. They say, Thanks. It's a bit challenging though, a lot to learn. You answer empathetically. I know what you mean. Starting something completely new can definitely be tough, but you'll nail it. They nod and say, Exactly. You continue with a thoughtful suggestion. So, how about celebrating this weekend? Maybe that new Italian place. They reply with a big smile. Sounds good to me. I'm totally down for that. This kind of natural back and forth is what builds truly engaging conversational skills. Now, let's go over a final set of quick, natural responses that are used constantly. These are like your conversational quick fixes. When someone thanks you, instead of a formal, You're welcome, say, No problem, or anytime. When someone apologizes, you can simply say, It's okay, or No worries. And when saying goodbye beyond bye, use Take care, See you around, or Talk to you later. These short phrases are used all the time and should become truly automatic for you to build fluency. The key to all of this is consistent practice. Take time each day, even just 5 to 10 minutes, to practice using some of these phrases in sentences. You absolutely don't need a partner for this. Just say them aloud to yourself. For example, walk around your room and say, I'm so glad you came. Or looking at a task, Could you please help me out with this? Or thinking about dinner, You should really try that new place. I hear it's great. Set a timer for 5 minutes and practice with energy and confidence. The more you put them into your mouth, the more natural they'll become. Let me give you one final quick practice round before we end the lesson. I'll give a situation and a pause. Then you fill in the phrase out loud. Are you ready? Situation 1. Your friend tells you something incredibly exciting. Say something positive. Pause for your response. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Situation 2. You didn't quite catch what someone just said. Ask them to politely repeat. Pause for your response. Sorry, could you say that again? Situation 3. A friend wants to go out tonight and you're interested. Pause for your response. Sounds good. What time should we meet? Situation 4. You need a small favor from a colleague. Pause for your response. Would you mind helping me with this report? Situation 5. A friend says they're feeling a little down and overwhelmed. Try responding with empathy. Pause for your response. Ta-ta. I get it. I've been there too. You've done so incredibly well today. Practicing these common phrases like this, actively, out loud, truly helps you develop a natural rhythm in your speaking. It truly boosts your confidence day by day, and it makes your English sound so much more real and fluent. The secret isn't just memorizing these phrases in isolation. It's about living with them, integrating them into your everyday thoughts and conversations, and letting them become a natural part of your daily English expression. Remember, learning a language is so much more than just grammar rules or vocabulary lists. It's about being able to connect with others in a natural, authentic, heartfelt way. And that, my friends, comes from real, consistent, and joyful practice. So, take these phrases, speak them out loud, and use them wherever you can, at home, at work, or even while you're just thinking to yourself. Make them yours. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Best English podcast. I truly hope you found these 50 common phrases incredibly useful, and that all the practice examples helped you feel much more confident about using them in your everyday conversations. If you enjoyed this lesson and want more videos just like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Best English Podcast, and press that bell icon so you never miss a daily English practice episode. I'm Sophia, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep practicing, keep improving, and take care.